Welcome back to the catch up. I'm Ellie Andrews, under 10 stories in under 10 minutes. This week is definitely packed. Indictments, listeria, layoffs, even a crypto heist straight out of a movie. Let's get into it. The Justice Department just indicted former FBI Director James Comey on 2 charges: lying to Congress and obstructing a congressional investigation. This is all revisiting the Russia probe and Clinton emails nearly a decade later. DOJ says this is all about accountability. Comey says he's ready to fight and he is innocent.
But I'm not afraid. I'm innocent. So let's have a trial.
Now, here's the headline behind the headline. This is also about Trump. He is back in power and is systematically targeting people he believes wronged him. This is Trump's DOJ, and it's looking like the big payback.
Tylenol. There's no downside. Don't take it.
I know Tylenol was like, how did I get in this? What did we do? Trump dropped a bombshell this week claiming Tylenol, or antihistamine, could be linked to autism, even though medical experts say that the science is inconclusive. He's urging pregnant women not to take it unless it's absolutely necessary. Now, even the market noticed Tylenol's parent stock tanked after the announcement, wiping out billions. Now, it did partially bounce back, but this really reflects on how fast federal messaging can move money. Meanwhile, in Dallas, another trend no one wants to see grow: a rooftop sniper opened fire on an ICE facility in Dallas, killing 1 detainee and critically injuring 2 others. Officials say that the shooter left behind a note saying that he wanted to, quote unquote, cause terror, and engrave bullets with anti-ICE. This comes as violence against ICE has skyrocketed, up 1,000% since January, according to Homeland Security. Lawmakers are blaming years of rhetoric demonizing immigration agents. Now, the discovery here is that federal officials now fear sniper-style attacks are becoming a new wave of domestic terrorism. The real question, though, is if law enforcement are prepared. Let's take a shift to Jimmy Kimmel. Late night TV just did a U-turn. After a week of chaos over remarks about Charlie Kirk's killing, ABC affiliates like Sinclair and Nexstar had pulled him, citing community concerns, but now most stations are bringing him back. This whole saga raised huge First Amendment questions. Did networks bow to political pressure, or were they genuinely trying to protect their viewers? Either way, it shows how fragile media freedom really is right now. Which side were you on? I heard somebody argue how the First Amendment rights don't apply to private entities like companies. They can fire you or put you on suspension if you say something that they don't agree with. Now, I don't think it was right, and I think it does have to be in your policies, but they can do whatever they want to do. You work for them. Let's talk about meatballs. Federal health officials say Walmart's beef meatball pasta meals may be contaminated with the same strain of listeria that killed 3 people in a fettuccine alfredo outbreak earlier this year. If that wasn't enough, FDA inspectors also found radioactive cesium 137 in cloves and shrimp imported from Indonesia. Now, listeria can be deadly, especially for pregnant women and the elderly. And radioactive food, that is nightmare level stuff. You never know. Be careful out there. Meanwhile, America's biggest coffee bar is closing a few doors. Starbucks is laying off 900 corporate workers and closing stores across North America as part of a $1 billion restructuring plan. CEO Brian Nichols says some locations just can't survive. The company has had 6 straight quarters of declining sales, blaming inflation, changing habits, and competition. Starbucks say they'll try to reassign workers, but if not, severance packages are coming. Now, let's go to one of the stories straight out of a crime thriller. This is a notable story for me, actually. 2 brothers from Texas allegedly kidnapped a Minnesota family at gunpoint for 9 hours and stole $8 million in cryptocurrency. They zip-tied the dad, forced him to drive to a cabin to retrieve a crypto wallet, and then held the family hostage. The FBI says they tracked the suspects with a Wendy's receipt and motel cameras. Both brothers face federal kidnapping charges. The discovery here is criminals are shifting from banks to crypto wallets, and regular families now are being targeted. The Bureau of Prisons just canceled its workers' union contract, stripping 35,000 employees of collective bargaining rights. The Trump administration says unions are roadblocks to progress, but workers say that this is jeopardizing safety in already violent, understaffed prisons. This comes as prisons deal with a $3 billion repair backlog, understaffing, and dangerous conditions like mold, asbestos, and escapes. Without union protection, employees fear that they'll have no shield from abusive management. The question for me is, does cutting unions really make prisons safer, or just silence the workers who are risking their lives every day? Let's talk about the CDC, because the CDC is quietly taking down more than a dozen web pages on gender identity, health equity, and LGBTQ health. Officials say that they're aligning with administration priorities, but some of the pages targeted were about syphilis prevention, disability equity, and LGBTQ fact sheets. A judge already ordered some pages restored earlier this year, but advocates say that the trust is being eroded. The bigger question is, if government health agencies delete info based on politics, where do the people go for unbiased medical guidance? That's the catch up. We covered a lot, okay? Go ahead and sound off below. I'm Ellie Andrews, and I'll see you next time. It's the catch up.